take us into the 2012 stuff, and where do you see the world going?
I have a friend doing a documentary in 2012. He
Right.
asked me a couple of years ago about that. What do you think about 2012? Is it the end of times? No, it's the end of one consciousness in the beginning. We're already in that cycle of the changing consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Call it New Age, call it spiritual, call it whatever you want, but that's what it's about. It's about a change in consciousness. I was just reading a thing today about how in Europe, more and more people are leaving mainstream religion and going to just using terms like spiritual, because they don't like those lines in the sand. They don't like, they want to believe in God, but they don't want to believe in God and have to not like this guy because he's this color, or this guy because, you know. And it's funny because all the main religions share the same characters in their books.
Yes.
They'll have the same, it's like, these are the same guys. Like, you know, what are you fighting about? It's like the same people. It's Abraham's there, Abraham's there. Like, what am I missing? So it's for me and for many in my field, it's a change of consciousness. It's the dawning of a new age.
So there's not going to be any shifts on axis and like fires and things?
Well, you'll have those things naturally because of the climate change.
Okay.
I mean, global warming is a misnomer. It's climate change.
Okay.
And it's funny because that's another thing. Part of my 60s thing and part of my spiritual thing is social activism. And whenever I hear people argue whether or not global warming is real, it makes me laugh, because you have to think about it. People will tell you there's 30,000 scientists around the world that will tell you that global warming, it's natural, it's not man-made. Let's hypothetically say that's true. If you were to ask those same scientists, the things that are supposed to cause global warming, all the emissions in that, are those good for you? They'd say no. So you have to, well, wait, if both sides agree that all these toxins are bad for us, then what are we arguing about?
Yeah.
Semantics? Like, well, you're kidding me, right?
Yeah.
So things like that, it's about having an intelligence.
Yes, Darwin.
There's Darwin. People ask me why I gave him that name.
Yes.
I wanted a name that meant somebody who wasn't afraid to be who they are in spite of opposition.
Beautiful. I love it. I think it's great. Absolutely.
And you can always, it's a good judge of people too, because you'll get people who go, oh, that's a great name, and then you get people who go, oh.
It's the Australian name, yeah? Because it's Darwin.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me that when they found out that I had named him Darwin, our friend Dave, he works at cruise lines, and he was in Australia, and he was in Darwin when he found out that we named our son Darwin.
That's classic. Now, tell me your words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom? There's nothing really profound, you know. I'll put catchphrases and quotes and stuff online and poems and things like that, but at the end of the day, when people ask me what I want for my son, I tell them he could be Catholic or Protestant or Jew. He could be straight or gay. He could be prime minister or a ditch digger. I don't care. I just care what kind of person he is.
Yes.
I want him to be a good person. And that's it. Be a good person.
Perfect.
Look in the mirror, be a good person. If you can be happy with who you are as a person. Like, I've got a lot of shortcomings. A lot of them. I'm way rough around the edges.
Cool.
But at the end of the day, I'm a good person. And I can say that with confidence. I have a good heart, I'm a good person. I would die for family, I would die for friends. You know, I never raise my hand to a person. And my intent is always to do the right thing. I might not always achieve it, but that's always my intent.
Yes. And I read somewhere something that you wrote about love. And so the final little bit, I was wondering if just off the top of your head or whatever comes to you, can you describe love to me? Because not that you have to say what you wrote, but you know, whatever comes.
For me, you can't find love outside until you found it inside. And until you love who you are at your core, you're never going to find it outside. You have to love who you are as a person. I found love when I wasn't looking for it. You know, I'd given up. I thought, oh, I'm never going to be with somebody. I'm just, you know. And it started out as a friendship, and then it grew. And that was the thing that the germ that kind of stuck in my brain. It grew. You have to plant seeds. It's no longer good enough to stop and smell the roses. You have to plant seeds. of hope, of kindness, of love. And that's where it grows. What you put, it's kind of like the law of attraction. It's what you put out. The law of attraction has become this thing about money now. It's not what it's about. It's about what you put out. And even in my darkest days, people still gravitated towards me. I mean, I could be sitting in a cafe, somebody walk in from behind, stop, dead in their tracks, turn around and go, there's an energy around you. Can I talk to you? And sure. Sure. So for me, love is knowing who you are, accepting who you are, understanding who you are. When people talk about tolerance, they say, well, do you think we need to be in a more tolerant world? I lose my mind. It's like, do you know what it means to tolerate somebody? It's you put up with them. Do not tolerate me, accept me. Do not tolerate me, understand me. Do not tolerate me, love me. I will not be tolerated. So that's what love is. It's understanding, it's acceptance, it's knowing who you are and appreciating who other people are. It's freedom. It's true freedom.
And on that note, thank you so much for your time today.
You're welcome.
Michael, thank you so much for your time today. It was absolutely fascinating listening to your stories, your experiences, to see where you are today compared to when you talk about your time on the street, and your beginnings in an alcoholic family. It's just such a joy for me to see. I can see how happy you are, how in love you are, what a beautiful family you have. And I really have to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being such a genuine human, for being open, for wearing your heart on your sleeve, for sharing yourself so in such a clean way, if you know what I mean. Like there's nothing fake about you. You know, what you see is what you get, and that is so refreshing and such a gift to be around. So many blessings and much love to you.